Good day everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about Adepticon, which it runs from next week, from next Wednesday to I think the Sunday, so from the 23rd to the 27th, I believe, of March. Adepticon tends to have a lot of things going on, like tournaments and various other games, but I thought, as a few of the channels have decided to do, let's talk about what could be revealed at Adepticon. Now, in these big events, because of recent things that have been going on, Games Workshop usually did their own sort of like podcast or webcast where they would announce things on their own channel. I think we all got pretty used to that format, and maybe the fact that they've started to go back to their original one, a lot of people are less than enthusiastic about it, because maybe the whole thing about the community tuning in and being a part of it, rather than having like a third way, you'd hear about it through like another website, or you'd have to wait for these big tournaments to turn around and you'd get some news. It's largely slowed things down, slowed down news, what's going to happen, what rumours are true, what rumours are false. And while we can take some educated guesses, largely they are educated guesses. Now, there was a big rumour sheet a while back that seems to be fairly accurate for some things, but not others. I will point out that the Dire Avenger Exarch on the cover of the 2nd edition Eldar book never came to fruition, but some of the other ones, such as the Calastian for the Black Templars, did. We don't exactly know what's going on and what's truthful, but let's just do a little bit of a wish list, and then I'll come back during Adepticon and we'll say, was I right, was I wrong? Let's do Privateerpress first. Do I think Privateerpress are going to reveal some Orgoth at Adepticon? Probably not. Probably not. They might do it at one of the tournaments in April or May, but I think it is a little bit early to see any Orgoth stuff, especially with everything going on, and Privateerpress are not in the best state at the moment anyway. So they probably, if they do reveal something, it might be just another teaser image or something along those lines. So let's talk about Games Workshop. Let's talk about them. Now, a lot of people are saying the World Eaters are going to appear at Adepticon. Do I think that they will? I think it's possible, but we must understand that I don't think we're going to get stuff for like August or September or October. I think that type of thing will be revealed at maybe Gen Con or something along those lines later down the field. I think what we might get is we might get a World Eaters box, like we got the Black Templar and the Orc box, like a preview box. But apart from that, I don't think so. Maybe the odd model here and there. What I do think will be available or might be mentioned is maybe Horus Heresy, maybe, and maybe the Ash Wastes box will actually have some reveals. Will it have a complete reveal? We don't know, but with everything going on, things are significantly delayed, and thus we have to wait and see. Now, I know a lot of people are disheartened recently with everything going on. It is a pretty tough time in the world, but the fact that this event might provide some, enjoyment for a few people is nothing to be sniffed at in the current climate. I honestly thought Adepticon wouldn't go ahead this year, but it is so. I guess it swings and roundabouts. Did you prefer the webcast style of GW is doing, or did you prefer them to have these previews of these big events, which sometimes you might have to get up at 6 a.m. and I did for the LVO, and I got up the wrong day, so I tuned in my my tablet at 6 a.m. and it was the wrong morning, so I probably won't be doing that again, because or check the date properly if we get some news. We'll probably get some news Sunday on if they're going to have like one day of reveals or multiple days of reveals. If they have one day, I can see it being simply maybe a few bits of Horus Heresy, a few bits of maybe the World Eater box, maybe, and definitely probably Ash Waste, because I think Ash Waste was supposed to be out this month, but because they've been delayed, I think maybe it's going to be April or May before we see anything, or we'll see the box and then it'll be out April or May. After that, I think we might see some Tyranid stuff, definitely, because that's pretty quick on the horizon. We got the Parasite and Vortex, didn't we, revealed because of an image. I think maybe that would have come out then, so they'll probably have to do something else. Will there be any other Tyranid stuff? Maybe not, but maybe. Maybe we'll get a look-see at the some rules or something. Well, the entire codex is out there now, isn't it? So, I mean, if you wanted to check the rules, you can check them, really, because that was one of the biggest leaks that I've ever seen. An entire codex dumped like 2 months before a release. Yes, I understand that the playtest codex of Eldar was out significantly before, but it was a playtester codex. This is an actual codex dump. This has got pictures from the codex now. It's up to you if you believe them or not, but they look very credible in my opinion, as someone who's watched leaks from way back since Warsea times, or what was the one before Warsea? It was like Battle something, or Battle.net, not Battle.net, I don't remember, but Portent, that was it, Portent, and but there we go. So I think you need to temper your expectations with these big events, because we all thought, yes, we're going to get World Eaters, or yes, we're going to get zombie pirates, and those things have not happened time and time again. We got some pirates in the form of an ogre, and we got some sneak preview of a World Eater guy that was obviously inspired by that very old World Eater drawing with the twin power fists that used to seeing old codexes. But that might be for Warhammer TV. So we'll have to see what that does. But I know that there is some rumour leaks going out there. But again, I would honestly say temper your expectations. Apart from GW, there is a lot of tournaments going on at Adepticon. So I'm not really the type of person who can tell you how to win. I can tell you how to win with Necromunda, but I'm not sure that there is an Adepticon tournament of Necromunda. And if there was, I can simply say, run Corpse Grinder cults with an ogre, renegade ogre, and you will have an unstoppable gang, basically. Maybe if you were invested heavily into sniper weapons, either with your Cawdor or with the long rifles, or with the Dalak with long rifles, you are going to be able to basically pin them down and win. But if they get into melee range, you're toast, especially with the Dalak. Not so much with the Cawdor, especially if you take Redemptionists with the Eviscerators or Flamers. You can probably pin them down a lot easier that way as well. But going from that was my little how to win at Necromunda. But because the books are so broken, there are builds that are still functionally supreme, even though they'll release a new book. So yeah, going from that, Adepticon, yeah, temper your expectations, because even though they might reveal something, I think it's going to be a lot less than you think, because that's the way that GW tends to do it now, especially if they've stopped their own webcasts. We didn't even really get one for Christmas, did we? So, which was a shame, really, because I thought they were cool. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's just been what we can probably expect from Adepticon. Not much, to be honest. Maybe the odd bit of peace, but there we go. And definitely nothing from Privateerpress. I would avoid talking about the other companies, especially SFG, Steamforged Games, mainly because they tend to have done a more Morphodus model where they just buy licenses and mass-produce games that really don't have any connection with the worlds that they are part of. And I'm looking at you, Dark Souls, there. Okay, so that's it, really. So next week we will be looking at Adepticon and seeing what's what. And I hope you still enjoy the new format. So I've been Trix, everybody. You've been you. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. We're up to 182 people now. If we can get 200, that would be awesome, actually. So thank you all for your time. Do take care of yourselves. Leave me a nice comment or a nasty comment. And bye-bye.